Hi, let's take a look at Absolute Superman issue 2, written by Jason Aaron, drawn by Rafa Sandoval, and colored by Ulises Arreola. Full spoilers ahead, so you're forewarned. This issue 2 again reads longer than the lengthier issue 1, just like Absolute Wonder Woman. Also, like issue 2 of Wonder Woman, this one is an introduction to an important supporting cast, the Absolute Universe Lois Lane. Unlike Wonder Woman issue 2 though, the circumstances in which Lois and Kyle met is different. Lois chuffed herself to Kyle at the end of last issue in an attempt to capture him. The escalation from the rest of Lazarus Corps soldiers is like the telephone game, except the message here wasn't even passed down wrongly. It is simply, an escalation method employed by those soldiers and peacemakers to justify their actions. Hi, Future Tyler here. The scary thing here is that none of the soldiers bat an eyelid with the obviously fake escalation, and they just went ahead and started shooting. Yeah. Um, I chuckled at how Louis kept shooting Kyle point blank and nothing really happens except to annoy him. Though given how he reacted to the peacemakers and other Lazarus soldiers, I wonder why he kept protecting her. I think it's the initial attack from the rest of the soldiers in this issue. They basically did not care if Louis survived. And apart from the shooting point blank bit, Aaron also injected some levity in the interaction between Louis and Kal-El, like when she demanded that he gets the suit off her, and Kal-El asked Saul, Kal-El's suit, incredulously if Louis forgot she chaffed him. I kind of like that Kyle have not fully learnt the vocab of Earth. And unlike the Donner's Superman film, Louis' first flight with Kyle had her screaming. Though he's technically not flying yet, he leaps great distances. We are really going back to the beginning. But Louis is pretty much buying the Lazarus Core BS right now. She did not even realize she was expendable. Well, she was until the bit when she witnessed Kyle saving people and willingly let Kyle go. She could have shot him when he was extremely weakened from all that had happened, but she made a choice. I mean, Louis obviously changed her mind after Kyle got naked. What? He saved the villagers by spreading Saul and the sunstone dust that is his armor off his body to shield and carry the villagers. But come on, in her report, she said he smelled like oak barrels full of burgundy in a musty basement and that he smelled amazing. So I wasn't that far off. Um, it will be interesting to see how this version of the relationship develops beyond the physical attraction. Lewis unlocked the cuffs at the end, right? That's how I read it. It is a little silly that Louise Lane wanted to write her own report, even though she hates writing reports. I mean, I know she's a reporter in the Prime universe, and this is just nudging her closer to that. But it does not have to be that way, I think. I mean, writing is not really a core characteristics, in my opinion. We did not, get a lot of other characters in this issue. Brainiac, the creep, is basically disguising himself as the algorithm and spying on his agent. Oh, and we also get a hint of the Omega Man. Yeah. We also did not get as many flashback scenes in this issue, but what we have is pretty good. We know that Saul is a creation of Lara when she was 12, and that the destruction of Krypton is imminent. Though, given that Kal-El is older here, it meant that the destruction of Krypton was actually delayed compared to that of Prime Universe. Like the social commentary bit from last issue, the whole generative AI thing is a little on the nose, but less clunky compared to last issue, so that's a good thing. I continue to enjoy Sandoval's art. The Greg Land's faces are less obvious in this issue, but Kyle's hair is still extremely gorgeous. Also gorgeous is the panel of Kyle protecting the villagers and kids with Saul and Louis in the mix. In general, I think characters are well drawn and expressions are well represented, especially with the softening of Louis' expressions as she realized that Kyle is not really whom she initially thought he was as the story progresses. The colors used here sets the oppressive mood. It is not that it is dark or there's a lack of brightness. It's just that the color palette's choice that imparts an oppressive feeling, like it is of a darker tone. It feels appropriate. There might be a little bit too much digital blurring for me. Um, it tends to distract more than enhance, especially when it is utilized to represent fast motion, explosions, and with the sunstone dusk. I mean, I preferred it dialed back slightly so that when it is utilized, it feels special. And if I'm going to nitpick, I will say that sometimes the brush strokes are a little thick, and some of the mid to far shots utilizes too much blacks and shadows, like that, double page spread of the soldiers like self-escalating to shoot at Kyle and Lewis. There are quite a number of like sound effects panels which I like, such as the one with the soldiers shooting and the various like booms and destruction sounds. Also, is that a Pokemon ball I see in Kyle's room? So, in conclusion, this is an enjoyable read. I would rate this a 3.75 out of 5. We get an introduction to Absolute Universe whistling, and we learned more about Kyle's and Saul's ability. The art and colors also look really good, minus some nitpicky stuff. Agree? So give this title a go and see if you like it. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Please share this with your friends and leave a comment. Thanks, and Tyler out.